you want the kids. Some of our seniors and some of our guys that have been in the program a while, they actually had the headsets on of their position coach, had taken it off, and they were suggesting and calling plays and doing all that, and
that should have been the night that we saw my play, but it's been 7 years, Coach, and we haven't had it yet.
We've done a few kind of.
No, you haven't.
No, we haven't. We haven't come close to doing it.
No, you have not.
We've tried. I tried. But no, that was a cool moment whenever just to see the excitement that he had, one, and then the teammate, his teammates wanting that for him there at the end of the game, just the excitement and the way that the sideline just exploded to celebrate, what he was able to accomplish in that moment is really fun to be a part of, because that's a memory that lasts forever. And, I've said this a few times. I'm going to say it one more time, that when the game gets like that, you're not trying to run it up or embarrass the other team. But, I have a responsibility to the kids that are in my locker room. And, I know all the work that Coop is put in and how he stays diligent every single day. And you just don't know how many of those opportunities you're going to get.
Right.
And so, we wanted to take advantage of it and get him his chance to score there. So it was awesome.
Taylon Johnson runs as hard as we've seen. He comes in, I guess, toward the bulk of the third quarter there, ball too, and it was.
I'm excited about him. He shows it every single day. On the scout team, gets a bunch of carries there. Serving our team and serving our defense, and with a scout look, and feel good about him for the future and even the present. There's a lot of confidence in him and what he brings. I mean, he's quick as can be, and elusive, and does some really, really good stuff when the ball's in his hands.
Well, it gives you confidence, I've got to believe, knowing that, because you run Lindsey and Cunningham now in a lot of formations together, but to be able to come in and bring another back in, a third or a fourth back in there, and give those guys a little bit of a rest has got to make you gain confidence in them.
Yeah, the ability to roll multiple backs, somebody allows us to try and keep them fresh, as much as we can. And, that can be at the end of a long drive or the end of a long game, when we're constantly able to keep rolling fresh bodies when maybe the defense is a little fatigued, is certainly a huge advantage that we have and that it creates. And, there's a lot of them that can play multiple roles. I mean, Jimmy has pretty good grasp of what we're trying to accomplish offensively. He's another guy that could, adds depth there in the backfield. I know he's playing receiver, but he does have a background, and he has the understanding of what we're doing offensively to where he could easily plug and play, if you get into some of those circumstances. So, the kids the players that bring versatility, they can do multiple things, trying to get them to understand it. Just, it adds value for them. How do you create as much value for yourself? The more you can do, the more value you create.
Well, we're going to take our first break, but before we do, one of the guys that is doing a little bit more and adding to his resume, and there's rumors that you're going to try to move him to tight end, the way he catches those passes, Bryce Rushing. I mean, the soft hands on those two-point conversions, Coach, he's right there.
No, he's really good.
I hate when you don't answer my question.
No. Right. Before the year's out, that's certainly a possibility, of getting in some of these sets where we have maybe a best 11, let's get them out there and let's roll. And there's a lot of guys that they can fill that role. He's certainly one of them. He does catch the ball really well. He does understand football, so you don't have to spend as much time necessarily teaching him the ins and outs of the scheme. You can kind of explain it, and then he can go physically, obviously.
Without a doubt.
That's the easiest part. The physical talent and ability is there. So
well, and he triggers things on the swinging gate, the two-point conversion, and we saw him even just go out to the left with one as well, and so a lot of different things he's able to bring to it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Hopefully we can keep growing that package and, put a little bit of stress on the opponent of having to prepare.
There you go. We're going to take our first break of the night. Before we do, a shout-out to my ex-cameraman, Jared's in the house, who adds nothing to this broadcast for this year's production. But thank you for coming. You can't be fun at the old ball game.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break. Look, we are live at Walk-Ons. We're going to be here till 8 or so. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes we go a little bit longer on these shows. But a big shout out to Sadler's Towing for being the title sponsor here, along with Walk-Ons at our Thomas Bachman show. Guys, don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
And we are back live at Walk-Ons and sitting here with Coach Thomas Bachman. Wait a minute. No, I'm not. I've got our first guest of the night, and it's Principal Jody Goodman. And welcome back. It's been a couple of years since you've been on the show. It's great to have you back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Look, it's a pleasure. There's so much knowledge that comes out of there, and we get caught up on all of it. We saw you look back when we talked about homecoming week. What a special week that was and a great night.
It was. It was great. A lot of community came out, a lot of classes from 1972 all the way to 2012. They came out and, they wanted to be together and we just wanted to have a place for them to be. And so it was great. It was a great turnout. We asked some of the local food trucks to come and, didn't ask for anything in return. Just come and park your truck and just help our community out. Just be with our people.
One of the best crowds that we've seen in a while from there. So pregame, they were out and they made a presentation. Tell me about the presentation and the foundation that it went to.
Okay, so the class of 1972, they actually donated $7,000 to a scholarship fund, and they named it the Ruth O'Quinn Scholarship Fund. I believe Miss O'Quinn was their teacher, their English teacher, at that time when they were in high school, and they had a lot of love for her, a lot of respect for her, and they wanted to do this in her honor. And so they just presented a check, and so the intent is that every year that we will present one male and one female senior student a $500 scholarship in the Ruth O'Quinn Scholarship Fund.
That's absolutely phenomenal. And there on the field beforehand, we saw Hall of Fame coach that was out there with us, Joe Morrow.
Joe Morrow
was on there. Was he from the class of 1972?
I believe he was. Yes.
Wow, I didn't know Joe was that old. Look, he watches the show, so I'm gonna get a text from him. No, it was great to see it. And, we've seen the different ways the community pours out, but I was just so impressed the way, and we've talked to Coach Bachman about it too, the crowds not only get better week to week, but year to year, the last several years, the community has really had an outpouring of support for what's going on here on the football field.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we we were glad to have everybody coming out. I mean, COVID really didn't stop that.
That's right.
And we're just excited to be able to support
I think the
our
main
football
thing
team.
I think the main thing COVID did was really focus on people and make them hone their skills and to be able to do things a little bit better and advance technology a little bit as well. So, of course, we all know that your son now played for the Trojans there, John Curtis, J.C. Goodman, offensive lineman now, and he is up in Monroe now. Tell us a little bit about how he's doing.
He's doing good. He's doing really, really good. We're proud of him. He's not playing, but he is. I tell people he's got a jersey with his name on the back of it, and so couldn't be more proud. He's working hard, and he's enjoying school and enjoying being a part of the team, and and that's all you can ask as a parent. He seems happy.
I forget who it was that I was talking to, but it was the other day down at an LSU game, and they said that they had talked to him about their ULM's trip into Alabama, into Tuscaloosa, and he said it was just one of those experiences that, I might not be playing there, but here I am in Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Right. That's right. That's right. He sent us, he sends Mama pictures from the middle of the field, so that's kind of cool. It is. It's very cool.
What's he think about the transition and how it's going up there playing?
I think at first he was not real sure, but we just kept telling him that you just have to do the thing.
Right.
You have to work the system. Whatever they ask you to do, that's what you need to do, and that's what he's been committed to do. And I mean, he seems. He's happy.
That's good. That's good.
I don't know what else to say, but
Well, so back in April, we'll switch gears. So back in April, there was a pretty big bond that got passed. It's going to make some improvements, not just to sports, but all around the school. Tell me a little bit about what improvements we'll see over the next couple of years there at Alexandria.
Oh, yeah. Well, so it's a District 62 bond, and they passed that April the 30th. And, of course, we're all like May 1st. We want to see something.
They expect the turf to go down and the shoveling. Right.
And,
it doesn't work that way.
No, it's not that quick. So they are, the auditorium's being addressed right now. And,
that's great because it's been in bad shape for a while.
It is. And so I think the turf is going to be one of those things probably in the spring. But, it's still all the paperwork stage, and we got to go to all these people and get all these approvals. And so, a
lot of process.
That's right.
So my nephew,
I'm learning a lot about construction.
My nephew's in the theater group there, and I joke with my brother-in-law a lot of times. He says that they're supposed to get a new art, and I say this so I know, where am I at, Chuck? Am I right here? I say this purely in jest, just so we know, as I set this up correctly. But so brother-in-law comes over, and we visit a little while, and I told him, I said, I hear good things about the auditorium. He said, yeah, and they're excited about it. I said, well, as long as the sports doesn't take all the money, and we don't run out before we get there. So I say he doesn't, he laughed. He knew that I was full of beans with that. But it's an exciting time. There's a lot of great things on the horizon for it. And excited to have you in the role of principal there.
Thank you.
Everything that you've done for the school is just phenomenal. And we thank you for coming out onto the show.
Thank you. I was just going to add one. We had all the alumni at the game on Friday night.
Yes.
We had an alumni meeting on Monday night, and Mr. Brazil came and he kind of talked about the bond, and really would like to try to kick off our alumni group and try to get that bigger for our school, to get that support, so they can reach out to the school if they're interested. I would like to, next year, our homecoming atmosphere, I want to be able to give that to the Alumni Association and really see that grow more than even so, and we thought it was huge this year. So
where do they need to reach out to? How can they get in touch with you?
Well, if they go to the ASH Facebook page, there's a QR code there and a Google site, a link that they can sign up.
Isn't technology something?
It's awesome.
You can just click that link
That's
and
right.
whatever you want to do. Ms.
That's
Goodman,
right.
thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
As always,
I'll-
you've got a welcome invitation
Okay.
anytime that you need. Visited with Principal Jody Goodman, and going to take another break. When we come back, we've got a special segment to the show. We're going to visit with Cohen Doyle and hear about his story and the special young man that he is. So don't go anywhere. We are live from Walk-Ons on another beautiful Thursday night. This is the Thomas Bachman Show, brought to you by Sadler's Towing on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Senla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
And we are back to Walk-Ons on a Thursday night. I am Doug Gann alongside, boy, if I stumble on my own name, that's
I was
really
trying to
tough.
figure out
wow,
how to say something
I'm
like
just Doug. That's Head Coach Thomas Bachman, and we're joined by just an encouraging young man, Cohen Doyle. And Coach, I'm going to let you tell us a little bit about it, and then we're going to talk to Cohen and get his story on there as well. But this was probably going to be one of our most watched segments. So, Coach, take it away.
Well, I mean, Cohen's obviously been through a lot in his young life. I mean, went in for a routine checkup, right? I mean, and then next thing you know, we're waiting on a heart. His heart's failing and he needs a transplant. And it went from kind of nothing to something major and life-threatening. And the fact that he's sitting right here next to us is
a testament to God having his hand on it.
Amen.
That's for sure.
No doubt about that. And a testament to his fight, his family. His family's incredible. They, just with him the whole way. And I know that those were hard times, down in New Orleans, isolated, away from your family and your friends and everything that you know, and having to go in and out of the hospital every day, waiting on a heart to come available and not knowing if and when that's ever going to happen. And, to talk about that sitting right here is very easy for us to talk about, but, living that life every single day and the weight of that, makes me think of his parents and the weight of that as a parent for your child, as a young man that has hopes and dreams and, goals and things that as you all do at that age, just what,
well, Cohen,
what you want to do and just the weight of all that. But here we are and we're
Cohen,
healthy.
Take us through a little bit. Take us through your story there. You're a junior this year.
Yeah.
But and so this all came about. I guess 12 to 18 months.
Yeah. So basically, it really started freshman year.
Right.
So went for a regular physical visit. They cleared me. Played football and got a little banged up a little bit, but that's about it. And played all in the playoffs and was on the sideline, just waiting my turn. You know what I mean? So after that,
that was a fun year too.
It was a good year. That was a good year. Yeah, a lot to learn. You had Cole and Doze, just
two of the best.
Yeah,
indeed.
Yeah. So going in sophomore year, well, I had this like cough going on, like deep cough, and couldn't really sit still and like lay back. So like my head was turning because my dad has heart problems too. Had exactly what I had. So basically, I had a feeling that it was going to be my heart. So I said, hey, let's go get it checked out. They were saying no.
And you were, what, 15 years old?
Yeah,
at that time, having to formulate those kind of decisions in your mind. That's okay. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No. So we went in that Thursday morning. So basically said, hey, had an echo done. Said, hey, you got to go up to New Orleans right now. You got to go. It's not optional. So packed up my things for a little bit and went on to New Orleans and was there for like 4 weeks. 4 weeks at the time, and then came back. They said I'd be good on medication. We thought that would be okay, but things got worse, progressed. And then after that, went back up there and stayed there for 8 or 9 months. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Tell them what the news we got not here recently. I know it's
What news? Oh, I actually got cleared to play football next year. So,
clean, good bill of health.
Really?
Back rolling.
You got to be kidding.
So
that is, look, I don't believe in the time that I've been covering sports, and it's been 30-plus years, that I've ever been speechless about
gives you
something.
chills.
But
it really does.
crazy.
That's raising two sons of my own. It's just a common cold drives you crazy as a parent.
Yeah.
But to see that, and so what are your plans? You ready to get back at it?
Well, I got to get back in shape first.
That's all right. And Cohen's with us now. I mean, look, he's on the sideline. He's bringing energy. I mean, look, I'm taking in more than he. I don't even know what I've communicated. The energy that he brings and the excitement. I mean, it even gets me going. I mean, he's excited. He's talking to the guys when a big play happens. I think his brother was in on a sack at the end of. And it was so fun to watch that. Just having a good time, enjoying. Being out there, being on the sidelines. Throughout this year, having him back around has been great for all of us. Having him at practice, just encouraging his teammates, and I think that's a credit to him. And how much he loves people, and how much he wants them to be successful. That he's out there every single day, and I do. He has a positive impact when he's out there on the field, even the practice field when. Sometimes nobody wants to be out there, and he's, it just is. It's a great story, and don't know that you can do it justice, for somebody that's just listening. Just how incredible it is, and how excited we all are. And
I'm going to tell you, when if that's not an encouragement to somebody when they're out there and it's a little hot, or they didn't have some water.
That's right.
And if you can't encourage them with that about what it's like to not quit.
Yeah,
that's right,
brother. That's I'm telling you, that's way to go.
Yep.
Good on you, man.
It's been a ride.
It's been a ride, and it's just beginning, and he knows that. I mean. Now all those hopes and goals and dreams and all the things that, hey, they're in front of us now. Let's go, let's go chase them, And look, I think it takes a lot of courage to go chase your dreams, because, the older you get, the more people will try and talk you out of it and talk you to taking the conservative path, and it does. Whatever they are, And look, sports are coming to an end, but there's all dreams in every single one of our hearts, and. I just think it takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of determination to, stay committed in those seasons of life where it ain't going your way. And he's experienced it at a young age, and he battled through this. So, you know, as life throws its curves and its difficult times at you, you know, he's always got something to draw back on of, you know, I walked through that. I can walk, you know, I can make it through what's next in life. So I'm excited to see, one, you know, what we do with the game, but more importantly, you know, what we choose to go do with our life. And I think that's going to be an incredible story here when we're long gone from doing this right here on a Thursday night at Walk-Ons or coaching high school football, the story of who they become later in life. And I'm just excited for 10 years from now or whenever it is to follow them.
Well, I know it's going to be a special night when we get to cover you walking back out on the field for the first time. That's
some legs gonna get broke that night, so for sure.
That's what I'm talking about. We'd like to, you know, on our website there, we're going to sit and we'd like to do a little deeper article with you on that if you're good with that too. We'll get together, and I think it's such a tremendous story, and I think it's one that will inspire those, and it inspiration can come at any age, and Cohen, you certainly are a testimony to that, my friend. And you've got, you know, I'm a firm believer, and this gets away from anything because there's testimonies that we all have on there, but I'm a firm believer that if you're here, you've got something else left to do.
Oh yeah,
and
most definitely.
And that's. I believe that, and I'm so excited for you, man.
Thank you.
I think you're such a story, and can't wait to see you back on the field.
Oh, you know it.
Love you, big boy.
There you go. Cohen Doyle joining us. What a tremendous story. Look more for the Cohen Doyle story coming up on our 446sports.com website. Coach, I don't know how you follow that segment.
Yep.
We'll be right back after this. We'll talk some of the players. You're watching the Thomas Bachman Show, brought to you by Sadler's Towing, live from Walk-Ons.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk-On.
Walk-Ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
And we are back live at Walk-Ons on another Thursday night. There we go. Had to widen the lens out. We got some of these big bodies that are out here with us. Aiden Walker, of course, John Barajas, and Von Darbone. Is it Darbone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there you go. I've called it that way. Look, and I'm used to it now because, man, I've called it a bunch this year. It seems like you're everywhere. Great job.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Number 40, number 9.
Yes,
There we go, and number 10. Right? Okay, there we go. I've got that. Hang on, leave that up there close to you so you can. There you go, because you never know when I'm gonna make it around to you on there. You go back a couple of weeks though to the East Ascension game, and John had the interception that sealed things in that game, and that was just a great read on that. The overthrow, look, you know how much folks would have talked about if you would have dropped that.
Oh my goodness, it would have been bad. Yeah, it was crazy. See, whenever, I had my pass drop or whatever, and I just seen, to be honest, I was expecting a lot of run.
Right.
Because, Warren was in the game. That's their running quarterback, so I was expecting a whole lot of run coming out of him. And when he threw it, it's like it just came right to me, and I just thinking the whole time I was running was like, if I would have dropped this ball, it would have.
And a lot of times folks are talking, or you're thinking in your mind, I got to get in the end zone here. This is a pick six. We're going to win this game. And you're like, I'm so glad.
I know. And so, like, you know how, like, if you watched it, even whenever I put my hand up, I ain't even mean to do it, but it was just so much in me that I knew how that game was going.
Well, look, you guys are a spirited bunch, and the last thing, there's so much that wants to choke the excitement out of a game. But you guys make big plays, and you work your tails off all season long, almost year-round, just about. It's okay to go out there and have a little bit of fun on it.
Yes, sir.
We saw, Aiden, a lot of you last year that had came in and played. Tell me about how the transition has been from last year to this year for you.
I mean, I think it's just like it had a lot of stuff to work on. Like getting experience in the game it helped me just to feel what a game was like. So now this year, more playing time, more experience of going into it, knowing what I got to do. Got to learn how to pick my teammates up and be a team player, and just understanding what goes into winning a game like that. It helped me a lot this year.
That's such a good point, because the game inside the game is what people that are outside the game may not understand this, but you guys get to a point. I mean, it was you're up 27-0 at halftime in the game, and then here comes a comeback, and it's a one-score game. You open it up, and here they come back again, and learning to stay focused and come back and win a game like that.
I mean, yeah, it's just great. Like how when they started to come back, in the back of my mind, we knew we weren't gonna fold. It's like we weren't going to let go of that. We're going to keep fighting no matter what the score was. No matter what was happening, we're just going to keep playing our game, keep fighting, just keep playing. So whenever John caught the pick to seal it, it just made me feel like all the hard work paid off. It just felt great.
That's awesome. I don't know if you went back and watched our broadcast any, but right before that, I said, this defense is about to pick one off. I don't know if that's.
I remember that.
Okay.
I remember that when I watched it.
I put that on the highlight too. I mean, it was fantastic, and now I got the phone call. Look, it's Barajas. I got it. Okay, so we got that straightened out for you. But you keep picking them off like that, and that's good. Vaughn, first year that we've seen you out there, and man, I saw 40 get called in the first game, and then we called it again, and it seems like just all throughout the game we're doing that. You fly to the football.
Yes, that was practice, waiting to go. From my freshman year, been waiting since then. Been watching the show and watching schemes and stuff, and just ready to play. It was just the excitement to get on the field and do my thing, do what I've been waiting to do.
Well, you've meshed in that defense pretty well. You've got a great group of linebackers. You got a tremendous defense and all that. But how is it, the chemistry with you guys getting together? And that's one thing that has been such a key to these defenses that the Trojans have had in the past, including this one, is that you know where John's going to be. You know where Aiden's going to be. You don't have to do what John or Aiden or the line is doing. All you have to do is what Vaughn has to do.
Yes.
So in practice, how much trust is there knowing that those guys have it and all you've got to do is go out and just be you?
It's good. Everybody, we all learning what we need to do. We all follow up on each other on exactly what we need to do, because film, and we all know we got each other back, and we going to go forward and do what we got to do to win and everything.
Season started out certainly a little difficult for us. Dropped the first couple of games and gave up some points. And we had Coach Mercer in here, the couple of 21-0 leads in there. But one thing that you guys did not do whatsoever is quit. in there, because if you go back and look at them, you outscored them after that first 21-0. But again, Coach tell you there's no moral victories at all. But the fact that you took the adversity of that and played the game, and then you, after losing the first 2, you're going to win the next 3 on there. How has that had you guys grow just as ball players, John?
Well, one thing about that is it's like we were trying to get everything fit together, and like y'all said, even in y'all broadcast, penalties killed us, and penalties did. And our main thing was at first we couldn't stop them on the first drive of the game, and like that was the main thing that Coach, whenever the next week came, Coach drilled in our heads. We have to get a first stop. If not, then you see how the game goes out. And so that was our main thing with whenever we played Ascension and all of them, was to get the first stop. And so after we got the first stop, we just kept on pounding, never gave up. And like that's one thing about us is like regardless of the score, we're not gonna give up on you. I mean, all the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears that we have at practice going against each other, I mean, you going against the best. And so it's like you got to give your best every play, because if not, somebody else will. And so like it's just the fact is whenever we came out, we just kept on playing, and it's like the score at the end of the game, the score goes show.
How has the first 5 games, I mean, you have one of the toughest non-district schedules out there, but it sets you up for arguably the toughest district in football in 2-5A. As testimony, you open up against the number 1 ranked team in the non-select division with Ruston coming to town. So how has your non-district schedule prepared you for what you're going to face in district?
I mean, I feel like it prepared us well. It like knowing how hard we're going to have to fight in these games with those first 2 games, it not like made us used to it, but it's like we know what we're going to have to do to fight and to keep winning. And we're going to have to fight hard. That's what we work on every day in practice, is resilience, keep fighting, keep battling no matter what it is. No matter what problems we go against, we're going to keep fighting, we're going to stay together. Those games prepared us for this.
How fired up does Merce get in practice?
Hey, Coach Mercer, he bring that energy. Like, no matter what it is, it's energy, energy, energy. Make sure defense, make sure we top notch. We always got a top offense when it comes to energy.
What does that do for your energy?
It brings everybody level up, everybody playing their best abilities, stops after stops on our offense, and just gets everybody riled up. Everybody playing their best game when the energy's high.
That's great. Look, I'm telling you, both sides of the ball with Coach Bachman, with Coach Merce, of course, Coach Severio from last year. You had a spirited bunch, let's just say, that are coaching on there. But, I mean, these guys, the way that you go out there, John and Aiden and Vaughn, you'll go to war for those guys. It's just, tell me a little bit about the experiences and having that type of coaching staff, knowing that the solidarity is there on that side.
Or the offense side?
No, the defense. Knowing that those coaches are there for you as much as you are for them.
Yeah, like them coaches, them like, oh my God. It's like, that's like blood. I mean, they'll do anything for us. Like even Coach I said, like even, you know how we're off for school or whatever, he was like, just don't go out there and do nothing, stupid.
Just don't do stupid, that's right.
He was like, if you get in something, call me. He was like, we'll fuss and chew at you, but at the end of the day, we still gonna be there for you. And it's just the fact is, it's like even with my guys on defense and offense, like them my boys. It's like I got Vaughn back and I got Aiden back. We gonna fight for each other regardless.
That's been something that we've seen throughout the years with these teams is that this group of 11, 12, 13 that's on defense just never let each other. You're always working on each other. You never let another player take an off play. You're always battling for each other and helping each other get better.
Yeah, I mean, it really that's how we practice, that's how we work out. It's just anything we do, we just make that a habit. When you see your teammates slacking, you go pick them up, get on them, and encourage them. It's just because it translates to a game. All the hard work we do in workouts in the off season and practice, it pays off in the game because you're already used to fighting like that and used to being in that place where you feel like you can't go no more. Just keep fighting, keep playing.
Look, that's so cool. Do y'all ever get to a point where you just say we're going to take it easy on the offense in practice?
Never. Absolutely.
Y'all go hard at them the whole time.
Always.
JT was on the show last week, and he said he's the fastest on the team. Is that? I mean, who can catch him here if he's? You just got to stop him before he gets loose.
Yeah.
Got to plug that hole.
Yeah, JT, he got some speed on him. I mean, he's still young. He still got a lot to grow. I mean, JT, I ain't never seen another running back better than him.
Well,
him and Cunningham, there's two people that's dominant in the backfield.
And then they're in there at the same time. How confusing is that when they put both of them back there for you?
It's confusing. But it's like you never know which one go get the ball. And at the end of the day, whoever gets the ball, if the other one's lead blocking, he go pour his heart out for him.
Vaughn, as you get ready for district, that opens up tomorrow. How important is it to start fast and set the tone in district?
That's how we gonna get it started. If not, we're gonna have a bad start. It's gonna bleed off into our couple games coming after that, and it's gonna mess up our season. But we good for energy and knowing how to approach things, so we're gonna come out and fight our fight and just go on to the next.
Well, get ready for a battle tomorrow night. These are two of the hottest teams in the state in 5A, and I'm looking forward to what my man Coach Ernie would call it as a slobber knocker. This is going to be a battle tomorrow night. Aiden Walker, John Barajas, Von Darbon, we appreciate you guys for coming out. As always, thank you for being here on the show.
And thank you for having us.
There you go. Look, and you heard him say he goes back and watches the broadcast, so that's what I like to hear. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk to Head Coach Thomas Bachman. We'll talk a little bit about that game with the Bearcats coming up tomorrow night. We'll do all of that when we come back. You're watching the Thomas Bachman Show, brought to you by Sadler's Towing, live here from Walk-Ons on 446 Sports.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Cenla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk-On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
And we are back. It is Thursday night here in Alexandria. That means that we are on for the Thomas Bachman. I know he was here somewhere. I don't know if the bussers came by and picked him up with a plate. I don't know if that's there he is. He made it back in to join us. You skipped out on a couple of segments, Coach. We had some good ones right there. Is your mic back on? Nope.
Turn me off.
There you go. Much better. Look, spirited group here, Coach. We had Aiden Walker. We had John Barajas and Von Darbon. And just Coach, you talk about next man up. That's such a truism. I learned that instead of cliche, because cliches are generally true. It's a truism. But next man up, every week, anybody you bring in here on the interviews has that heart, has that fire. There's nothing that's been said in the 5 years that we've been doing it here, probably the 7 years that we've been doing this show, that you ever have to go back and say, man, why'd you say that with these guys?
I hope not. I do know that there are things that get discussed in locker rooms or get discussed, in team meetings, or things that we say to each other that, are not necessarily meant to be said, outside of the team environment when we're at practice or in our own locker room. And, as we've talked about, I think it's important for these kids. They learn to speak and communicate. And we've got a lot of, kids that do a great job of that stuff. And they'll only get better the more opportunities that they get. So I think it's fun. I just had a couple of them when I was out there talking. They were like, hey, get me on. Well, maybe next week,
right.
When we get back to you. I said, where were you the night we did your position group? I had something that night. Well,
yeah. No,
let's play long enough so your position group comes back up again.
I'm going to tell you, through the years, we've talked to a number of players, and I don't know that I've talked to one that is more high energy and spirited than John Barajas.
Oh, and he's the same way on the field, and
we went back through that East
field,
Ascension interception and.
Whew, yeah, that was it didn't take long too. Like, it was first play. Like, yep, somebody called that.
He did say he went back and heard that on the broadcast. So I said, all right, I'll take that. No, great group. Special announcement that we've got for next week. Great crowd that's out here tonight. We go back on the road next week, but everybody in attendance next week, we're going to give the opportunity to win a pair of LSU and Ole Miss tickets, courtesy of Walk-Ons. So, to our crowd that's in here, except Jared, all you've got to do is come back, and you're going to have the opportunity to win a pair of LSU and Ole Miss tickets, courtesy of Ricky and the group here at Walk-Ons, and we're going to give them away next week. So we're pumped about his. Yes, yeah.
I'll be in the crowd next week.
No, you can't win. You can't win those. You got an
Gotcha.
LHSAA card. You can go to any of those games if you want to. I think so. Kate, you don't know. I know that gets way
Saturday, Sundays, big work days. It's hard to slip away. Do it every now and then. Get a chance to slip away and go catch a game on Saturday, but not very often.
So do you know we went on the air at 7:01, right? Okay. The first quarter just ended.
Gotcha.
just right now. 53 minutes was the first quarter on there.
This has flown by. I don't know what you're talking about. And I mean that seriously. I mean, it's it seems like we start the show, we do a few segments, and then we're wrapping it up, and it's hard to cover all the things that I know you want to cover, we want to cover, trying to highlight.
That's why you got to come back next week
right.
and hear that. And they missed a great show last week, some of these people that didn't. What a great homecoming week is difficult, and it's always been difficult for us. But the crowds this year, Coach, have been the best that we've seen. And Ricky and that group here have covered the outing. I mean, we've been outside more than we ever have been out here, and it's a lot of fun.
This is a great setting. I'm glad that we have it here at Walk-Ons. It's a great setting. It's a lot of fun. It's another thing that makes what we have going on so special and so fun to be a part of.
Tomorrow night.
Yep. Sorry.
We haven't talked about Ruston, short of that's the game tomorrow night at all. These last several seasons, you look back at a schedule and say, oh man, that Ruston game. And then you look at next year and say, oh, well, what about that Ruston game? Every year that you and Coach Ball get together, it's one for the memories. It's a battle.
Been a lot of great games, a lot of close games. We've, been right there in a lot of them and come up just short. And, we always enjoy competing. I know that our staff has a tremendous amount of respect for the job that they do. And, the way they attack us, we know we're always going to get a few wrinkles, that we haven't seen and that we need to prepare for.
But they got to know that they're going to get some too.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think it's a great matchup. Got good personnel on both sides, and personnel, talking about the players on the field.
Right.
And one that you certainly look forward to because it's going to go a long way. And positioning you in district where you want to be. You know, getting off to a fast start as you chase the next available thing, which is a district championship. And you know, we certainly would like to be the ones to throw our name in that hat. And you know, that all begins tomorrow night with this game. This is going to go a long way.
When the Bearcats come out when the Bearcats come out on offense, Coach, we've seen a lot of power out of them in the past. Anything different about it this year?
No, it's more of the same. I mean, they have multiple ways. I mean, they can spread it and do a whole lot, but you know, they're gonna get in the eye. They're gonna get in some too tight with their tight ends, and you know, that's what they want to do. They want to establish the ground game and you know, control the clock, control the tempo of the game. And they do it really well. You know, that's the thing about it is you know, they have great, you know, complementary schemes where you just can't load up to stop one particular play because they'll formation you, and you know, they'll hurt you with you know, another element of their offense. So you know, it's a lot more to account for than I think people realize. Well, they're just getting in the eye and doing this. Well, there's a whole lot more coming at you with what they do schematically. You know, the little nuance and how they're blocking things and how they're changing their schemes and you know, really putting a lot of stress on you in a lot of different ways inside the game within the game.
Offensively, the last couple of weeks, we have seen you spread the ball around a little bit more, a little bit, of course, JT and Cunningham in the backfield that are on there, but just a lot more offense. Size-wise, defensively, they remind me a lot of East Ascension. East Ascension, very big. Do you keep that up and just try to spread it around and get them tired, or what's the game plan? As much as you'll give me.
I don't know that. I mean, we're going to, you know, we play with a good pace and a good tempo. I mean, you know, trying to get them fatigued is a part of it, but it's not necessarily. I mean, we just want to execute good football plays and, you know, take the things that are given and pick our spots where, you know, you're trying to generate some explosive plays. You know, so it'll be more of the same, and yeah, there'll be wrinkles to it. And you know, I mean, we get in our different personnel groupings and try and get people on and off, and give you know, people a lot to prepare for, to make sure that you know, we're stressing them, and you know, so it'll be more of the same. I mean,
if you look back on the first 5 games of the season, as we close the door on the non-district schedule, are you about where you wanted to be as far as preparation-wise and knowing that, okay, we've instilled the things in our offense that we wanted to. The defense is understanding where to be on what plays. You think you're at a good point?
I'm happy with the progress. I think there's still a lot of room for growth and a lot of room. I mean, that's going to, you know, that's an ongoing process. But, yes, you know, somebody asked me that earlier today. You know, what do I think? I mean, obviously we would like to be 5-0. I mean, the goal is not to be 3-2, but am I happy with where we are?
But progress-wise of the play, yes.
Absolutely. You know,
because there's been a number of
the effort that
5-0 teams that go 0-5 in district.
Yeah, I'm pleased with the effort. You know, there's been a learning curve. I mean, you know, there's some new faces out there that the learning curve of just the game of football, and then you know, recognition of what's being presented to you, you know, that's slow at first, and now that we're starting to process things faster, which is allowing us to play faster and play with more confidence on both sides of the ball. So yes, I am pleased with the progress that the boys are making and the effort that they're giving. There's a lot of want to, and you know, I don't know how you gauge that. You know, the ones that really want to perform well and want to do what it takes to perform well. We have a lot of that on this team and in this group. So very pleased.
It shows in every single position there. And I want to go another hour, but we have to wrap things up tonight. What a tremendous night it has been here all season long. It has been wonderful out at Walk-Ons, and we're just halfway home in this one, or third of the way home, actually, if you extrapolate that out. And those of you that know it's a 15-game season know what we're talking about there. Again, we tell you this each and every Thursday night. We don't want you to watch our broadcast tomorrow night. Watch it afterwards. Come out to the stadium and out to Butch Stoker Stadium there and fill the stands. And a lot of you folks have been doing that. We do get a lot that watch it from there. 446sports.com is where the link. Just look under high school in there. But I know the Alexandria football social media shares it out, and you can find that as well. So go just about anywhere that you want to, and you can find where the links are. We don't stream it live to Facebook any longer because Facebook likes to just crush us down and do all of that, Coach. So we've got links. It's easy to find. What was that old Geico commercial? So easy a caveman could do it. But we invite you. We have a lot of people that take that take their phones with them, and they'll watch a little bit of the game, or they'll watch the game and then pop on here and say, oh, what happened? Let me go back and watch that, because it's about a minute delay that's on there. And so go back and watch it afterwards. That's what you need to do. Come out and support these kids, support the community. Big thanks out to Principal Jody Goodman that joined us tonight. Big thank you to the administration at Alexandria Senior High School. Cohen Doyle, who probably one of the interviews that I'll remember throughout my career. I've been doing this a long time, and there are ones that sit out in the middle or jump to the forefront of interviews that I've done, and we're so grateful. Certainly great having Aiden Walker here, John Barajas, and Von Darbone in there. Coach, as always, thank you for taking the opportunity to come visit with us, taking time away from all that your busy day has to come and spend some time with us.
I love it.
There you go, Head Coach Thomas Bachman, my man Chuck, and Coach, when you let your producer have the microphone and this pains me, but Chuck, yes.
Okay, it's not a joke. I'm going to tell you that.
So
I actually
I apologize. I apologize in advance for this.
I know you have to preface. But
Go ahead, Chuck.
I talked to a family earlier this week, and one of the things you're talking about how using 446 Sports and come out to the game. Well, they're a house divided, so they have some of their kids playing at one school, some of them playing another, and so they're split at different places, and so they're able to watch 446 Sports for their other kids doing things while the other ones at this one are attending. So that's definitely a good way to do that.
Yep, that's awesome.
As bad as I set it up, I thought it was one of his jokes coming on there, because anybody that's followed some of our baseball and basketball broadcasts know that, no, Chuck, I'm not going back to you.
I got one for you.
I'm not. I refuse. I refuse to let that happen one more time on there. But no, tomorrow night on the broadcast, one of the things that we're going to bring in is our live look-in. We'll be able to take a moment and check the Buckeye game, and then we'll take a look at the Menard game as well. So we're adding a little bit to it.
Yeah, there's some games going on. I'm wrapped up in this. I'm
look,
to get my phone out and see what the scores are.
So in the good old days, Coach would look down on his phone a lot of times, and you'd see the top of his head. This time you're seeing the chin as he's watching the game that is on the big screen that's right above us. Zachary 7, Woodlawn 6 in that one. They play 124 nearing halftime. I'm sorry, Chuck. Tioga played tonight, and it's not even halftime, and they went to Franklin Parish. No, but again, Franklin Parish. So Tioga. Oh, all right. Well, you can follow the scroll along, because I'm completely messed up on that. But again, thank you to everyone that made it out tonight. Ricky Tompkins and the folks here at Walk-Ons, and even that guy over there for coming out on here. Couldn't do any of this without it. All of our great sponsors, of course. Sadler's Towing is the reason we're able to come out here and do this each and every week. And so I'm grateful to all of you that's made it out, but a big thanks to God for allowing us to do what we do just one more time. Until next time, God bless you all, and good night. We'll see you tomorrow night on 446 Sports.